Hello guys, welcome to DTW Tutorials. Welcome. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be taking a lot of GED math practice test questions on fractions. We're going to be looking at addition of fractions, subtraction of fractions, multiplication of fractions, also division of fractions, and at the later end we're going to be taking some word problems on fractions. Okay, so I think about 8 questions or more I'm going to be solving on this video. Alright, so let's go on to solving the questions now. Okay, the first question says we have 10 whole number 1/2 plus 8 whole number 4/5, then plus 3 whole number 1/4. Okay, when we see a question like this, you know, this is this particular type of fraction is what is mixed fraction. This particular type of fractions here they are mixed word fractions. So we have to, first of all, before you start any operation on them, either addition or subtraction or even multiplication or division, we have to convert this mixed fraction to what? Improper fractions. All right, and I think I have there's a video that explained this thoroughly, that explained converting mixed fraction to improper fraction. I'm going to leave the link in the video description box of this video, and also there will be other things in the video description box. I'm also going to leave like a Facebook group that you can join to get motivated and ask your questions and receive support from the community. Okay, I'm also going to drop the link there, so later on you can just check the video description box for everything that will support you in your GED math test. Okay, so let's go on to solving this question now. So we have 10 whole number 1/2. So let's convert this now to improper fraction. In converting to improper fraction, what do? We say 2 times 10. What is 2 times 10? 2 times 10, that will be 20. Then we add that 20 to 1. Say 20 plus this 1 here. So we have a 21. Then leave your denominator as what? 2. This is your numerator and this is the denominator. Okay? Then we have plus. Here, what do? We say 5. The same thing we did here. We say 5 times 8, which is what? 40. And 40 plus 4 is what? 44/5. Then plus. Here again we have 4 times 3, which is 12, and 12 plus 1 is what? 13/4. Okay, so now we have to add up these 3 fractions, and in adding up we have to look for the LCM. That's the least common multiple of these numbers: 2, 4, 5, and 4. So we'll draw a line here. So what's the LCM of 2, 5, and 4? Okay, let's see. The easiest way to just get your LCM, just try to multiply one of the denominators together. Okay, that's 2 of the denominators, multiply them, then see if every of the denominator you can have multiples in that particular answer. So if we say 2 times 5, 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, can we have multiples of 4 from 10 without a remainder? No. Okay, if 10 divided by 4, when you divide you're going to have a remainder, so we can't use 10. 10 would not is not the least common multiple of these 3 numbers. Let's take another one. Let's say 5 times 4. What is 5 times 4? That is what? 20. Can we divide 20 by 2 and we are going to be left with no remainder? Yes, we can. You know, 20 divided by 2 is what? 10. Okay, so 20 is the best bet for your LCM here. That's your least common multiple, so we use 20. Now 2 in 20 will go how many times? To go 10 times, and 10 times 21 will be what? 210. That's 210. Okay, this is the next step. That's what we're doing now in solving this particular fraction. You draw your line, you get your multiple, your least common multiple of the denominators, which is 20. Then the next thing we'll say 2 in 20. That's how many multiples of 2 can you get in 20, which is 10. Then use that 10 to multiply what's in your numerator here. Okay, then drop your addition sign. Then 5. How many multiples of 5 can we find in 20? That's 4. Okay, you know, 4 times 5, 5 times 4 is what? 20. So 4. Then 4 times 44. What is 4 times 44? We have a 176. When you punch in your calculator, 4 times 44 is what? 176. All right. Now, how many multiples of 4 can we get in 20? How many times can 4 go in 20? It will go 5 times. Drop this addition sign, and 5 times 13, what is 5 times 13? It was 65. That is 5. That's 13 times 5, okay? That's 65. That's 5 times this is 15, carry 1, and 5 times 5, 1 plus this will give us what, 65. So that's what we have here. So here, let us add up all this number. We have 210, 7176, 65. We're adding them up. So we have here 0 plus 6 is still 6, and 6 plus 5 will give us what, 11. So drop 1 and carry this 1 here. 1 plus this 1 will be 2. 2 plus this 7 will be 9, and 9 plus 6, what's 9 plus 6 will give us what, 15. So we'll drop a 5 and carry a 1. 1 plus 2 here will give us what, a 3, and 3 plus this 1 will give us what, a 4. We have nothing here, so we drop the 4. So we're left with here for 451 divided by 20. All right, so still you can't leave this what. This is an improper fraction. In your answers, you're not going to see an improper fraction. We have to convert this improper fraction back to what, mixed what, fractions. Okay, so in converting back to mixed fraction, we have to now find out how many times would 20 go in 451. Okay, let's quickly do long division here. Let's say we have this 451, then we have 20. Okay, we'll first say 20. Can 20 go in 4? No, it can't. Can 20 go in 45? We'll start from the smallest and we increase. Do you follow? Just follow me closely, okay? So 20 in 45. That would give us how many times will it go? It will go about 2 times. All right, so 2 times 20 will give us what, 40. So we drop our 40 here. We subtract. We don't drop our 40 here. Okay, this is under division. All right, you don't drop your 40 here. All right, okay, don't worry. Maybe in the nearest future I will do a video that explains division, how you divide in maths. Okay, that's your long division, both also in when you have some decimal numbers division also. I would also do a video on that in the nearest future, but please just stay close with me here. All right, you can also, if you can't do this right now, you can use your calculator. Okay, but I don't want you just use the calculator. I want us to do this together. All right, so so we have this. Now we subtract 5 minus 0. What's 5 minus 0? 5 minus 0 will still be a 5, and 4 minus 4 is a 0. So you leave that out and you drop this 1 here. Now, can 20 go in 51? Yes, it can go. It can go how many times? Still, it can go just 2 times. And 2 times 20 will give us what? 40. Okay? If you said 3 times 20 is 60, and which is greater than 51. All right, so it can only go 2 times. So let us subtract this. So we have here 1 minus 0 is what? A 1, and 5 minus 4 we have what? 11. So this is our remainder. All right, so and this is our quotient. All right, so 20 can go in 451 how many times? It can go 22 times, which is 22 whole number. And what is our remainder? Our remainder is 11. You drop your remainder as your numerator, then divided by our denominator is what? 20. So this is how you convert a improper fraction to what? A mixed fraction. So this is the answer for this first question. Now let's go on to our next question. Our next question, we have question 2. We have 9 whole number 11 over 12 minus 8 whole number 5 over 8. Okay, so we have to convert this again to what? We have to convert this mixed fraction to what? Improper fraction. And how do we do this? We say 12 times 9. What is 12 times 9? That is what? 108. Okay, so we say 108 now plus 11. So that will be 911. So we have 119 divided by 12 minus. Now this converting this mixed fraction to improper, we have 8 times 8 is what? 64. 64, and 64 plus 5. What's 64 plus 5? That will be 69. That's 96. So we have 69 divided by 8. Okay, so what's the LCM here? What's our LCM? What LCM, least common multiple, can we use here? Okay, let's see. So what number can we divide 12 by, and also the same time divide 8 by without having a remainder? Okay, the best number here would be 24. Okay, why did I pick 24? Because 24 divided by 12 would go how many? Would be how many times 2, and 24 divided by 8 would go how many times 3 without any remainder. So 24 is the LCM of what? 12 and 8. Also in the nearest future, I'm also going to do a video on how to get your LCM. Alright? Okay, so from here, which is very key in maths. So from here we have 12. How many times will 12 go in 24? To go 2 times, and 2 times 119. 2 times 119. So we have 2 times 9, that is 18. Carry 1. 2 times 2 here is 2, plus this one here we have 3, and 2 times 1 is what? 2. So we have here 238 minus. Then here, how many times will 8 going in 24? 3 times, and we have 3 times 69. Here we have 3 times 9 is what? 27. Is that not it? So we had put down the 7, carry this 2. 3 times 6 is what? 3 times 6 is 18, and 18 plus 2 will give us what? 20. So we have here 207. So we have 238 minus 207. Let me just drop this here. Oh, that's minus 207. Okay, so here we have 8 minus 7, that will give us a 1, and 3 minus 0 is still a 3, and 2 minus 2 is what? It's a 0. So we are left with what? 31 over 24. So this is still an improper fraction, okay, I haven't explained, when a fraction is improper, it means that your numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, this is your numerator, and this is the denominator. Okay, so it means that your numerator is greater than your denominator. That's when a fraction is what? Improper. Alright, so to convert this now to mixed number, we find out how many times can 24 go in 31. It can just go only 1 times. Okay, and we're going to have a remainder of what? 7. Then divide by 24. Alright, so this is our answer for this question 2. Okay, let me clear the screen now so we go further to other questions. So let's say we have this third question now. It says 2 whole number 1 over 3 times 3 whole number 3 over 5. Okay, so we still have here mixed fraction. We have to convert to improper fractions. Alright, so then we'll multiply. So in converting, we say 2 times 3, which is, 3 times 2, which is 6, and 6 plus 1 is what? 7. So we have 7 divided by 3 times 5 times 3 is what? 15, and 15 plus 3 is what? 18. So we have 18 over 5. So from here, what can go? I think we can, this is multiplication, so we are cancelling, not addition. This is not addition, all right, or subtraction. So this is multiplication, we're cancelling out. So 3 can go here 1, and 3 can go in 18. How many times? 6 times, all right. And now in maths also, and also in fraction, you really need to know your multiplication times table at heart. It's very, very key. Alright, because some questions might come out in fractions where you're not going to be permitted to use the calculator. Alright, so please make sure you know your multiplication times table at heart. It's also going to help you, you'll be faster. You would you have more speed when you're solving even the part with that allows calculator. All those small operations, if you don't know your multiplication times table, you would heavily depend on your calculator. So it's always good you know them. It will really help you in maths. All right, so here, so what are we left with? We're left with 765. Can any other thing go? Nothing can go. All right, so we have to just multiply out. So 7 times 6 is what? 42, divided by, here we have 1 times what? 5, which is what? 5. So we have 42 divided by 5. So here, this is still an improper fraction. We have to convert to a mixed fraction. So how do we convert? How many times would 5 go in 42? 5 would go in 48 times. That's 8 times 5 is 40. So we have 8 whole number, remainder 2 over 5. So this is the answer for this. All right. So let's do another one here. So we have our question 4. When we have 3 whole number 3 over 4 divided by 1 whole number 2 over 3. All right. So how do we do this? This 3 whole number. First of all, we have to what? Convert our improper fraction towards mixed what? Fraction. Alright, so here we have 3 times 4, which is 12, and 12 plus 3 will give us what? 15 over 4 divided by, then 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 plus 2 will give us what? 5 over 3. Alright, remember this is a division sign, and in converting your division sign to multiplication sign, you have to invert the fraction to your right. Okay, you have to invert the fraction to your right. Inverting means you bring 3 up and take 5 down. It's just like a flip. Okay, you take 3 up, bring 5 down. That is what inverting. When you have a division sign and you want to convert it to a multiplication sign, all right, the fraction to your right, not to your left. Okay, don't make that mistake. When you do to your left, you're going to get the answer wrong. The fraction to your right, you flip. Okay, that's you invert it. So here it becomes what? 15 over 4 times 3 over 5. Okay, so from here, what can go? All right, 5 here can go, a 5 would go here 1, and 5 in 15 will go how many times? 3 times. So we're left with what? 3 times 3, which is what? 9 over 4 times 1, which is what? 4. All right, an improper fraction we have to convert to a mixed what? Fraction. In converting, how many times would 4 go in 9? It will go how many times? 2 times. That is in 8. 2 times 4 is what? 8. So remainder what? 1. Okay, that's 9 minus 8, which is 1, divided by 4. So this is our answer. Okay, so take note, when you have a division here, you have two fractions, you invert to convert the division sign to multiplication sign. You invert the number by your what? Your right hand side. All right, and you solve. Okay, so let's go on to our next question. Our next question is a word problem. So I'm going to clear this now. And yes, so we have this word problem. This is our question 5. Yes, it says Ken is paid $7 an hour if he earned $258 in 1 week. How many hours did he work? Okay, if he earned $258 in 1 week, how many hours did he work? It's quite simple and straightforward. It just simply means if he's paid this amount an hour and he earned this in a week, how many hours? Okay, it's just simply 258 divided by 7. Okay, that will give us how many hours, because he's paid $7 for 1 hour and he earned this in 1 week. So to get the amount of hours he worked, is just simply to divide this by 7. And in dividing this by 7, let's see, how do we get this? Let's use the long division method. You can simply use your calculator, okay? All right, but let's use the long division method. So we have 258. Okay, 7. First of all, you say 7. Can 7 go in 2? No, it can't. Can 7 go in 25? Yes, it can go in 25. How many times will it go? It will go like 3 times. Okay, and 3 times 7 is what? 21. So let's subtract this. So we have 5 minus 1, that will be a 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we'll drop down this 8 here. So we have 48. Now, can 7 go in 48? Yes, it can go. And how many times would 7 go in 48? It's going to go about 6 times. Okay, that's 6 times 7 will give us what? 42. So let's subtract this. We have 8 minus 2. That will give us what? 6. So 4 minus, this is 4 minus 4, which is 0. So our remainder is what? 6. So we have here 36 whole number and 6 over 7. Okay, so these are quotient, which is 36. and our remainder is 6, and our divisor was 7. So this is the answer. So he worked how many hours? That's this particular 36 hours and some fraction. All right, so this is the answer for this. Okay, so this is question 6. Okay, now it says from a wooden pole, this is 12 whole number 1/2 feet long. James cut 2 pieces each 3 whole number, this is 3 whole number 3/4 feet long. How long in feet is the remaining piece? Okay, this is a wooden pole. Let's interpret this in word problem, which is under fraction. So let's say this is a wooden pole. The total length of the wooden pole is 12 feet. Okay, that's from here to here, 12.5 feet. That's 12 whole number 1/2 feet long. James cut 2 pieces each 3 whole number 3/4. So let's say he cut 2 pieces. This is the first piece, which is 3 whole number 3/4 feet long. Another piece, he cut 2 pieces. This is also 3 whole number 3/4. Okay, the same size. How long in feet is the remaining piece? So we're looking for this length from here to here. Okay, that's what we're looking for. How long in feet is the remaining piece? So this is what we're looking for, x. Okay, now for us to get this, we have to add these 2 pieces he cut and subtract from the total, that's the length of the wooden pole. Okay, so let's add this up. So we have here 3 whole number 3/4 plus 3 whole number 3/4. It's quite easy to add this since the denominator, since the denominator, yes, is the same. So it will just be 3 plus 3. So we have here 3 plus 3 is 6. Then this 3 plus this 3, which is what, 6. Okay, and we leave the denominator as what, 4. Okay, you don't add up the denominator, you leave it as what, 4. All right, so this is our answer here for this. But you can see here we have 6/4. We can reduce this, further reduce this. So let's reduce. Let's say 2 can go in how many times? 3 times, and 2 would go in 4 how many times? 2 times. So we're left here with what, 6 number 3/2. Okay, this still doesn't sit well. You can see we have like this is an improper fraction, because here the numerator is greater than our denominator, so it is an improper fraction, so we have to convert this. Okay, and in converting this we have 3/2. Okay, you just put the bigger whole number one side, 3/2. Then in converting this, how many times would 2 go in 3? To go 1 time, so we'll say a plus. Okay, you add that 1 times, it can go, or let me just put this, so you say plus 1. Okay, then what's the remainder? The remainder is 1, then divided by your denominator, which was 2. So we have this, and you add this 1 to this, and 1 plus 6 is what, 7, and we have our what, half here. Okay, so this is how you resolve this in fractions. When you have something like this is how you resolve. When you still have something that's improper fraction here, you have to convert back to what, a mixed fraction. And in doing that, whatever number that can go, you add it up to 1. You add it up to the whole number here. You can see that here we just cancelled out. We just said 2 would go here, 2 would go here, and we didn't add any 1 to this whole number. Okay, so why we added a 1 to this whole number? Because if you see here, nothing else can cancel out. All right, so you have to convert this to a mixed fraction, and in converting to a mixed fraction, 2 would go into 3 how many times? 1 whole times, 1 whole number, and the remainder will be 1/2. So that's why we have to add this 1 to 6. Then we put our 1/2 beside what, 7. Okay, so the addition of this is what, 7/2. So to get our x, we have to subtract 7 whole number 1/2 from what, 12.5. Okay, so we have here 12 whole number 1/2 minus what, 7 whole number 1/2. So this is quite straightforward. So here a 12.5 minus 7.5 is definitely going to give us what, 5. Okay, 12.5 minus 7.5 is equal to what, 5. Since we have a half here, we have a half here, so it's just going to give us what, a 5. The half will cancel out, and we are left with what, 12 minus 7, which is what, 5. This is the 7th question, and it says A man spent 15/16 of his entire fortune in buying a car for $4,500. How much money did he possess? So he spent 15/16 of his entire fortune in buying a car for $4,500. So it means this statement, what statement means? Let's say his entire fortune is equal to what? X. So he spent 15/16 of X. Okay, 15/16 of X in buying a car for what? $4,500. So 15/16 of X will give us what? $4,500. Okay, so I hope you get this statement. A man spent 15/16 of his entire fortune, which is what? X. So of X, in buying a car, the value of this. So the value of 15/16 of his entire fortune is what? $4,500. So we're to look for how much money he possessed. That's his entire fortune. All right. So here we have 15/16 times what? X. Okay, equal to 4,500. All right. So here we have to cross multiply. So we have here, take 16 up here, we have 15. 15 times X is equal to 4,500 times what? 16. So from here, we can divide both sides by 15. Okay, so we have X left here. So divide by 15. So this will cancel out. So we have X is equal to 4,500 times 16 over 15. Okay, here we can cancel out. 5 would go in 15 how many times? 3 times. 5 in this 4,500 here. In 45 it will go 9 times, then we'll drop these zeros. Okay, and 3 will go here 1. 3 in 900 will go how many times? 300 times. Okay, so we're left with what? 300 times 16. So let's multiply this. We have 300 and we have 16. So this is 6 times 0, we have 0. 6 times another 0, 0. 6 times 3, we have 18. 1 times 0, we have a 0. 1 times 0, we have a 0. And 1 times 3, we have a 3 here. So we're going to add this up. So we have a 0, 0, 8. Then 1 plus 3, we have 4. So our answer is what? 4,800. So this is the total amount of his fortune. That's how much money he possessed. So he possessed $4,800. So our final question here, which is question 8 of word problems under fraction, it says the number of half-pound packages of tea that can be weighed out of a box that holds 10.5 of tea is, that's 10 whole number 1/2, okay, of tea is. So it says the number of half-pound, that's half-pound packages of tea that can be weighed out of a box that holds 10.5 of tea is. So here we're to find how many half-pound packages of tea that can be weighed out of a box that holds 10.5 of tea. Okay, so let's say you have like a package, okay, and it's what? Half-pound. All right, so how many of these half-pound can we get from a box that has 10.5 tea in it? Okay, so to get this, all we need to do is what? Divide what? This. All we need to do to get how many half-pound packages is what? To divide 10.5 by what? Half. To get how many half-pound packages we can get in this box, okay, of 10.5 tea. Okay, so we have here, that will be 10. The interpretation of this is just 10.5 divided by what? Half, 1/2. Okay, so let's change this to, this is a mixed fraction. Let's change this to improper fraction. So we have 2 times 10, that will be 20, and 20 plus 1, that is 21/2 times, 21/2 divided by 1/2. And remember earlier, as I said, when you have a division sign and you want to change the multiplication sign, the fraction by your right has to what? Invert. You just flip it. Okay, so we have here 21/2 times, bring 2 up and take 1 down, so we have 2/1. where this 2 would cancel out this 2, and we're left with what? 21. So we're going to have 21 half-pound packages of tea from a box of what? 10.5 what tea. So this is the answer. So thank you for staying with me to the end of this video, and I hope this video will be of great help to you, to support you in getting your GED this year 2020. Okay, and I'm also going to leave the link to several videos that are also going to help you out to prepare for your GED test. Alright, it's going to be in the video description box of this video, and the link to the Facebook group also to join an active community that will support and motivate and encourage you. And finally, don't forget, Jesus Christ is coming soon. Give your life to Christ, for He's the way, He's the truth, and He's the life. And from us from DTW Tutorials, you are destined to win in your forthcoming GED test and also in life. Alright, thank you. See you in our next video. Bye.